guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Video Game Weapons in Depth. In today's episode, we're going to be testing the real-life versions of several iconic video game weapons. We have all the classics today, like the AUG and the P90 that you see in front of you. We have rifles, we have SMGs, we have light machine guns, and more surprises later in the video. And to match this unique shooting experience, we needed an equally unique range experience. So I'd like to introduce you to the Street, a 180-meter long super bay that can withstand up to 50 caliber and has many smaller bays. It can be repurposed to create various tactical and competitive scenarios. It's located at the Outdoor Texas Defensive Shooting Academy, which is just outside of Dallas. And finally, I'm not alone today. An experience like this is always better when shared with friends. First up, I'd like to introduce you to the Contractor. Our friends at the Radiata Corporation have sent us one of their contractors to demo some of these weapons. The Contractor is a trained professional and they'll be assisting today with safety and weapons handling. Due to the nature of their work, their identity will remain anonymous for this video. Also joining me today is my wife, JWO Designs, who might be one of the most lethal cosplayers to have ever lived. You're probably top 1% for firearms experience.
It's like, hi, I'm JWO. I wasn't able to finish my Len cosplay from Gun Gale, but that's all right. You'll see it later.
And finally today we have J-Hub, who just like me is here for the fun and the experience of recreating some video game magic in real life. So J-Hub, what weapon are you most interested in firing?
Actually, now that I've seen the lineup, probably the Scar or the Dragunov.
So without any further ado, let's get started. So this is a big moment for me. I played video games for 30 years and the AUG platform has been one of my favorite weapons in pretty much every game I've ever played. It's always performed great. So it is a blessing to get to try one of these in real life. We're going to turn the safety, no, we're not doing full. Let's go semi-auto here. Okay. First up today is one of my favorite weapons of all time, the Steyr AUG. It's not a very common weapon in the United States, despite being the third most common service rifle in the world. It's just behind the AK-47 and AR-15 in terms of popularity. You've probably seen this in video games as the exotic, as like the future rare weapon. You see it a lot in games like Call of Duty or Counter-Strike, where they want it to look really, really rare, but it's actually very common in Europe. And that's because it has a very futuristic and iconic look due to its bullpup design. The AUG is probably the most popular weapon in video games, like in general. In real life, instead of firing imaginary hit scans, the AUG platform fires 5.56 millimeter. A standard AUG is issued with an integrated optic, but this one has been customized with an EOTech sight and a 3x flip to center magnifier. And as you can see, we have a suppressor along with the standard AUG foregrip. The weapon itself is made out of an extremely lightweight polymer that also boasts durability and corrosion resistance. The AUG is a bullpup designed platform, so the magazine and action are all behind the trigger back here in the back, and we'll circle back to the bullpup part after the firing demonstration. Just got a fresh mag loaded in. I'm gonna take an opportunity to stop and take a shot. One shot safely. Very cool. It's an extremely lightweight weapon. I am an extremely weak man. I actually struggle holding on to weapons all the time, and this one in particular is so light I can just kind of give it a little shake. It's a blessing. You know, a lot of people don't like the plasticky feel of polymer. I love it because it is lightweight and high durability, and it lets me do this. And I really should be better at doing weapons demos, but not my area of expertise. How about we do a fun, we finish off this mag. I'm just gonna hit as many targets as I can. Hubs, Jessica, swing around. I'm just gonna pop some people here, or pop some targets. Very cool. Very, very cool. Oh, I got a lick.
Yeah, good job. You're real cute.
I am super excited to let you guys know that we have an FN-P90 today. The FN-P90 is one of the most unique weapons on this list. It's a personal defense weapon manufactured by Fabrique Nationale in Belgium and practically defines the PDW category. It's commonly fielded by various military and police units around the world due to its compact size, light weight, I have the world's weakest hands, I can still lift this thing, and a lack of snag points. We're going to circle back on those snag points in just a moment here. One of the other unique things about this weapon is that it's built around the FN 5.7 by 28 millimeter cartridge. Unlike other subguns, which are limited by the performance of pistol calibers, the 5.7 looks and functions a lot more like a small rifle round. So we're doing our best to show off the cartridges here besides JWO designs. I actually can't see if they're in focus or not. On the left is the FN-P90 5.7 cartridge, and on the right is a standard 5.56 millimeter cartridge. You can see that this is just, as we said before, this is like a very small rifle round. It's like a slightly scaled down 5.56 millimeter. This allows the FN-P90 to reach farther and hit harder than most pistol calibers without trading mass for velocity and penetration. But I'm not going to be the one doing the firing demo today. I think I'm going to let my wife take this one from here.
Awesome. But that's far from the only thing about this weapon. It's also a bullpup design, but has a clear top-mounted magazine that rotates the bullets before firing. Practically no snag points. A snag point is any external piece of the gun that can be caught or snagged on objects in your environment. This is like getting a trigger stuck in your fabric of your clothing or getting a weapon stock stuck on an interior part of your vehicle. The end result is a weapon that looks extremely futuristic, but its form matches its function. Another unique feature is that its casings eject downwards out of the stock of the weapon instead of out of the side like normal. This is to prevent hot brass from flying in the face of the driver if this weapon is being used in a vehicle or in other close quarters combat scenarios.
One of the features I love about the FN-P90 is we actually have an ambidextrous charging handle. You can charge it righty. If you're lefty, you can also charge this gun lefty, which is very, very cool. And you'll notice that here on the top, the bullets actually feed into the back from the magazine. You can see the mag here actually rotates the bullets. It's like a double stack, and it rotates it and feeds it into the back. It is a bullpup mechanism, but it doesn't seem like a bullpup because the mag's in the top. It's just, instead of in the bottom, the bullets are going in up here. So let me get this guy good and popped in. Cool. So let's get it tight on the charge. Gun is hot. Everybody have caution. So this one has a progressive trigger as well. So it's currently on single fire. Very tight, very small little gun. So this is a gun you could yoink out of your vehicle, you could move with, you could run with. I'm not a super agile guy. Pop it off safety and immediately light somebody's day up. The FN-P90 is another weapon that I love. Honestly, it gives me rifle cartridge performance in a subgun category, and it does actually perform a lot like it does in video games. But I think we should kick this up a notch. I've got something special for members only. All right. Sometimes you just need a little perspective on your day. Next up, I kind of wanted to go the opposite direction in weapons and introduce you to the SIG 550. The SIG 550 is the real-life variant of the auto sniper from Counter-Strike. It may not be as popular as the Scout or the AWP, but it does serve its purpose in the meta of the game, and I personally sometimes enjoy being an auto sniper goblin. The SIG 550 is manufactured by Steyr AUG in Switzerland, and the SG 550 combines the ergonomics of an AR-15, which I'm sure you can see some resemblance to here, and the stamped metal construction of an AK. Despite the insanely high quality of this weapon, it's actually a standard issue service rifle for the Swiss Army. They just have their stuff together over there. Fewer than several hundred of these are imported into the United States each year, and its domestic price is quite high, adding all the more to its rarity in the United States. Of all the weapons that we're going to fire today, this is one of the ones that I personally am most excited about. So let's get to that firing demonstration. All right, this is the SIG 550, which I've seen demonstrated. I've never had the luxury of actually firing one. Kind of wanted to do it with the bipod here, but we're actually going standard. And you may notice that we have the double mags, but that shouldn't be much of an issue. Charger again. That felt different. I'm gonna fire one. Wow, you gotta get this from the side. I am the world's weakest man, and this almost doesn't kick. This is nicer than the G3, exactly what I was hoping it would be. Wow. This might be my new favorite 5.56 platform. This is such a ridiculously satisfying weapon. I have to pop off a few more rounds, guys.
B-roll, I guess.
Next up is the Heckler & Koch MP5, which is one of the most commonly issued submachine guns on the planet, which is why you see it so frequently in video games. Beyond just being commonly issued, it's also renowned for its accuracy, durability, and extremely low recoil, and when needed, extremely silent operation. You can see we have a suppressed one here today. The MP5 was first introduced in 1966 by Heckler & Koch and is still one of the most popular SMG platforms on the planet, which is insane to think. This gun might be older than your grandfather, and if it ain't broke, you don't fix it. We don't have to change it. It works fantastically. Many manufacturers, including H&K themselves, have tried to introduce an MP5 killer platform, but very few weapons can match the German roller delayed magic and reliability. That's why you see it show up in so many video games like Counter-Strike, Battlefield, PUBG, Call of Duty, just endless games. Any military game, you'll see a weapon like this. And my wife also really likes this weapon, so I'm letting her do the firing demo today.
The MP5 standard configuration fires 9mm rounds at a full auto rate at about 800 rounds per minute. It also has extremely low recoil. It's one of the few weapons that actually handles similar to its video game version, so let's go test it out.
Are you ready to hit it with that slap? On top?
There you go. Now push into the gun. Don't let me push you back. Come on, don't let me push you back. There you go. See how you bladed your body? When you're bladed like that, it makes you come off the target like that. If you turn your body square, you get your weight behind it. All right, put your foot forward. Foot, not that far. About right there. Now lean into the gun. Don't let me push you back. Come on, push. There you go. Like that. Just like that. All right.
So empty it?
Yep. Just empty the mag.
All right, let her rip. So this is the H&K MP5. It's one of a very few weapons that actually performs in real life, similar to how it does in video games. It's extremely low recoil. So this guy's gonna be, make sure you're in. We're gonna pull that back. Do the Call of Duty reload. Incredibly low recoil, incredibly easy to use, really quiet. Absolute joy to shoot, to tell you the truth. I'm gonna put this in safe. Okay. This beauty before me is the G36C, which is the compact version of the G36 series from Heckler & Koch. The German Bundeswehr, which I probably not pronounced correctly at all, issued this rifle to its soldiers starting in 1997. The C model was designed to provide vehicle crews something as light and compact as a subgun, but also bring the firepower of 5.56 to the fight. I love that the G36C actually has this nice ambidextrous charging handle, which we'll give you a demo of. That is one of my favorite features of it, and this one also features a foldable stock. But I am not the one who's most excited to fire this weapon today.
You've probably seen this weapon show up in COD and Battlefield, but it's also in PUBG, Rainbow Six Siege, and most games treat it as a very high accuracy, low recoil, but also low damage spray gun. The G36C that I used the most was in combat arms, and yeah, it was my favorite go-to.
Fun fact for the COD guys here, in the early 2000s, the US Army was looking for a replacement for their M4 platform. And H&K used the G36 as the foundation for the XM8 platform, which you're probably familiar with as the M8A1 burst rifle in Black Ops 2, which was insanely fun to use. Now it's time to shoot another one of my all-time favorite gaming weapons, the G36C. Glorious gun, feels good, lighter than you might suspect. It looks very heavy. Let's go ahead and load this mag in. One thing I'm going to try to do, I mentioned before this thing has an ambidextrous charging handle. You can kind of flip it to one side or the other, right? I'm actually going to charge it lefty. So, very satisfying, surprisingly low recoil. We're hot here. I'm going to step back. Look at all that dust. Whoever was in that car had a bad day. Oh God. Performance is closer to how it would be in a video game than you might think.
I like that.
Double-handed, yeah. That's cool.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Woo. A lot louder. Wow.
Joining me today is my wife, JWO Designs, who might be one of the most lethal cosplayers to have ever lived. This is a real-life Dragunov. It's called an SVD, or Snajperskaya Vintovka Dragunova. I've totally butchered that, I know, but this is an extremely rugged semi-auto DMR, or sniper rifle, depending on your configuration. The Dragunov was designed to bring long-range capability to the Warsaw Pact squads, practically creating the concept of the designated marksman. You'll find some flavor of this weapon in almost any military-themed FPS game. It most often fills the role of a spam DMR, or headshot-only sniper rifle, which is ironic to me. They make it very low damage, but in real life, trust me, just one of these rounds will absolutely kill you. In real life, the Dragunov fires a 7.62 by 54R cartridge, which was developed in the Soviet Union, and this is actually the oldest cartridge in active military service. After multiple sanctions from the 1990s, Dragunovs have become increasingly hard to find. This version here comes from Hungary, and fewer than 500 were ever imported into the United States. With current conflicts being as they are, the ammunition is also very difficult to acquire as well. So I've got a little bit of bad news about the Dragunov. There was a safety issue with the weapon. It's getting a little bit later in the day, and we don't think that we can repair it in time. So instead of potentially shooting something that's dangerous, this is the perfect opportunity for me to remind you, when we're filming guns, you always wear eye protection and ear protection. Now, we did our intro bits like this because it looks really cool, but when you're actually out on the range, really shooting real weapons like this, I would highly encourage everybody to run double ear protection. I like plugs and cover, and sunglasses are not safety rated, because the issue is not that you're going to get dust and smoke blowing back in your face, but if this gun malfunctions and you get shrapnel blowing back in your face, you want to be able to protect your eyes. So we're all very, very safe today. We're going to put this barrel down because I don't want to even point it at the camera lady. Thank you very much.
Hey, doggies.
Okay, the instructions said take a right after the dogs. This beauty right here is the M249 SAW, or Squad Automatic Weapon. It's basically the US designation for the FN Mini-Me. Originally a belt-fed light machine gun, the M249 SAW allows an individual operator to provide a volume of fire previously reserved for crewed weapons. This weapon's primary purpose in combat is to provide suppressing fire and overwhelm the enemy position. It is a long-stroke piston-operated open bolt, belt-fed, and features a quick-change barrel in case the barrel overheats or becomes obstructed. The M249 SAW was deployed extensively in Iraq and Afghanistan, which is why you see it in so many military-themed video games. Basically, any video game that seeks to accurately recreate combat in the Middle East probably has the M249 SAW available for player use. Today, you're in for a treat because this one is fully automatic, but for members only.
They don't have gravel here. It's just all casings.
I know. You remember when we went to the Salton Sea? As we near the end of our range day, I thought it would be a shame not to show you the H&K UMP-45, which is a classic gaming weapon. You've almost certainly seen this in Modern Warfare 2, where it was two-tapping people. The UMP-45 shows up in Counter-Strike, in Rainbow Six Siege, and just about any military shooter that you've ever played. The real-life UMP-45 is a blowback-operated submachine gun. It was designed by H&K to be the successor to the MP5, which we've already fired today, and the goal was to manufacture a simple operation weapon that can be configured into a variety of different calibers. We have 9mm, there's the 40 cal, and what we have today is the iconic 45 caliber UMP-45. Now, this may not be my favorite weapon, but it is one of J-Hub's favorite weapons from one of his favorite games. I'm going to pass that off to you and get out of the way safely.
Yes, it is definitely from Combat Arms and in COD. I definitely love the UMP. So much so that I wish I could keep this one.
Time to try out the UMP, the good old two-tap gun. Been in like a million games, got that in, looking good. Let's charge it. I'm trying to do it like for the camera. We can still do this flip charge thing like you do in COD. Come on, there we go. Gun is hot. Now this is, most of what we've been firing today is 9mm. This is 45, so it's gonna kick a little bit more. This one's got a simpler blowback mechanism. So it actually kicks a lot more. I would say like handling this, easily double the recoil of the P90, triple the MP5. Actually has a lot of kick to it. You can watch my body. God. Still a great gun though. I still love the form factor of this thing, you know? Jessica, you just move around me however you want. I'm gonna walk up with this stuff. So, it doesn't look like much, but this is about a $6,000 competition shooting pistol. This is the Laugo Alien, and it lives up to its name with this incredible look to it. We've customized it a fair bit. The Alien features a super low bore axis, a fixed barrel, gas piston delayed blowback, low reciprocating slide mass, which we're going to try to capture in slow motion, and a variety of other unusual features beyond just looking insanely cool. The end result is a very unique looking weapon that is made to give you real life cheat codes in shooting competitions. I'm trying to hold it like dramatically here, it looks a little silly. You may have seen this weapon before in video games like the Finals, where it appears as the V9S, or in Battlefield 2042 as the L9CZ. We have this accessory. These are accessories I see so infrequently I don't genuinely know the names of them. But I do know that this is unlike any pistol that you've ever fired. So we're gonna get nice and close so you can see the low bore axis in action. Gun has no safety, so it's already hot. We'll try to hold it more still.
Okay.
God, what a cool gun. Gun should be safe. It's maybe a little bit difficult to tell on camera, but I promise you this does not shoot like a Glock or a 1911 or really anything you've ever put your hands on. This one is unique.
All right.
Awesome.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
So what we have here today is an M203 undermounted.
I was kind of stroking off the launcher.
Don't jerk off the launcher. We have an M203 under-mounted grenade launcher, otherwise known as the noob tube from Call of Duty. This is a lot heavier than it looks, which is why J-Hub is handling it while I do all the talking. It was originally put into service in 1969 to replace the break-action grenade launchers that were common at the time. And you'll most commonly see these on M16s and M4s, but you can mount them to all sorts of different weapons platforms. M203 can launch a variety of ammunition, ranging from the classic 40mm high explosive grenades to parachute rounds for illumination, ground marker rounds, smokes, or even buckshot in that thing if you want to go all master key. Today, I'm going to show you how to use one of these, and for our test rounds, we're going to be using chalk for safety. I don't want to make a mistake with a grenade. That would be very bad. So we're just going to use chalk because we're going to avoid unnecessary risks. And if this video does well, I might go out of my way to purchase some of the other types of rounds to demo in the future. You guys have no idea how excited I am to actually be able to fire a real noob tube. Can I get this guy? Thank you. Whoops. Let's do this properly. Slam it back. Safety's off. Gun is hot.
Okay, aim it low.
Yep, we got to aim low. Everybody careful here. I'm trying to... I feel like I'm aiming it pretty low. I'm going to aim at this dude out here. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it was like 3 feet shy. It was so close. God, that was satisfying. This, I can see why people did this in Modern Warfare Remastered so much.
So I just pop this in?
Pop it in.
Like that? Okay. I gotta hold it right here. Like that? Okay. And then flip this forward. And then just kind of angle it up. Woo! Where'd it go? I shoot it.
You may have cleared it.
All right, let me know when you're ready.
All right, ready. Nice.
Thank you all for coming out and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope some of you decided to subscribe for the members only content, which has a lot of spicier options available. But I wanted to say thank you for everyone who liked and left a comment. And if you're interested in this flavor of in-depth in real life, it can come back. If this video is successful enough, I'm going to move on to real life guns in depth, and we're going to have a ball out here. We'll be back. Drifter out.
We're exiting the range now. Look at that booty. I did get some booty shots of you when you're like on your stomach, J-Hub. We can send those days.
Oh, yes. Maybe forgot the utensils for the food. So for eating, we have little pieces of cardboard that are folded in half for makeshift straws, which is awesome. It doesn't melt at all in the food. There's no problems with it. Yum. Mine's melting.
It is a true distinction. There is like
Yeah, you look like that tub of ice cream you get during summertime.
Neapolitan.
Neapolitan? Yeah.
There's strawberry.
Yeah, but the
Oh, it's so warm. And then it's like it's cool. Actually, of like 5-degree difference.
Does it follow me like around? How's the front? How's the front?
It kind of stops because I actually made you put on, but yeah, I can see it's still pink.
How's the face?
It's pink.
Oh man, that's
It's not bad though. It's not as bad as
It's not this bad.
Yeah, we definitely missed that spot when we put sunscreen on you. Sorry.
Look, your ears, like going down behind your ears.
It's not easy being Caucasian, man. So, apparently, as the whitest person in the group, I'm also the only one to get the kiss of many, many gun stocks. You can see the various times we went full auto or just shot big guns, and somehow that only happened to me because of my caucasity, I guess. I bruise easily, but it's a little surprise to wake up to in the morning.